Well, Gary, we go back a long way, obviously, and it's good to see you at home again. But for you, it's a real journey, isn't it? It's a few weeks down here of racing, and then back to the North American home as well.
Yeah, I guess we come back to New Zealand for 2 weeks holiday, and then we're into this, and then once again straight after TRS, Tina and I on the flight straight back to Toronto first, and then back into America for testing and getting ready for the American F4 Championship.
So for a young driver that comes down here and maybe participates in Toyota, so say with you and Parker in this instance, it's a massive amount of off-season or Northern Hemisphere off-season testing for him in a real race situation, which obviously then transpires to a great step for the season ahead in North America, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. I mean, it's intense. It's 5 weeks of solid behind the wheel action. We're back home at our other home in the States. It's hard to get that because the weather is so fluctuating all the time. I've got our American team is currently in Los Angeles doing a winter race meeting. It's absolutely pouring down in Los Angeles right now. So of course here Park is getting good dry running and plenty of it, which is great.
Now, for a reader of the magazine, obviously it's focused around IndyCar and then naturally the Road to Indy series, but parallel to that, with what Sports Car Club of America are doing with F3 and F4, there's some real career earning steps that come out of both those categories, isn't it? It doesn't matter whether you're on one side or the other. As a young driver, it provides you with a lot of option.
You've got a lot of options. In the SCCA side of things, you've got the F4, you win that, you get a free ride in F3. If you win F3, you've got that link to Ligier and the LMP3 series, but also Honda are heavily involved with the SCCA, and then of course Honda are heavily involved with IndyCar. So you can climb up that ladder and you've got a couple of branches that you can take, and it's been very successful so far.
Looking towards what Victory will be up to in the States, and then the other team name obviously in the States, it's a big season ahead for you, isn't it? A number of cars you run and chase for championship title.
It is. In the States we ran 5 cars last year and then 6 for the last round. We probably won't do that again. This year we're concentrating on 4 to 5, and we've already got pretty much 4 seats full. It's a big time. It's only 6 rounds, but I mean we're based in Dallas. We've got a minimum 2 days travel one way to some of our racetracks, so it chews up the time, and then you put some testing in there, and you never seem to have time to rest.
If we were to twist this round for a moment perhaps and look at it from a New Zealand point of view, for a young New Zealand driver that was contemplating a career step, you and me have talked about it so many times, but North America, regardless of where they end up, whether it's F4 or a Road 2 type series, it's a very viable option for a driver from the Southern Hemisphere, isn't it?
It is. The racing there is a lot cheaper than in Europe, and the other advantage is their prize system is so fantastic. I mean, they have good prize money, and good prizes if you win the championship. Like I say, Road to Indy, if you win USF, you go to the next step for nothing. It's just unheard of anywhere else in the world apart from there.
I get the other thing, just sort of wrapping it up, we'll talk about Parker in this instance. For him, it's the 5 weeks down here become very much a learning curve, car that he's potentially not driven before. But as a team, you give a lot back to a young driver like that, and they walk away with a lot after 5 weeks, don't they?
They sure do. And this is an experience down here in New Zealand that Park is having that I just can't see how he could ever have that back home in the US. It's so intense. The competition level is so high. It really just lets him know where he is in the pecking order and gives him something to aspire to. Yeah, there's just nothing like it in the States. Everything is so spread out. Even for them going testing, they'll go away and do a 2-day test, then do nothing for 3 weeks. Where this is just 5 weeks of hammer and tongs, bum in the seat.